My connection with Labyrinths goes back to my college days. I finally understood that I have the distinct impression of being lost most of the time, just in everyday life. Dear Mr. President, I am writing to ask that you add to your checklist of thorny, long-standing problems the conflict in Afghanistan, which has become the longest and costliest war in U.S. history. Why so long, 13 years, and costly, $1 trillion? Because Afghans have deployed the most powerful defensive weapon in history, a huge network of defensive tunnels. They go back in military history to Alexander and his trying to conquer Afghanistan. Wherever the underground labyrinths have been used in wars in history, they have resisted enemy invasion. The personal connection with Afghanistan dates from 1979. When I went overland in what was then the Magic Bus. My late wife Carolee and I, we crossed Yugoslavia, Greece, Turkey, Iraq, and Iran, and finally ended up in Afghanistan, where we were welcomed with open arms. It was the beginning of the occupation. The Soviets had occupied Kabul. Here, Carolee and I show up, and we are the part of the enemy, and there was absolutely no feeling of that kind when we were there. It was like they completely understood that the military situation had nothing to do with individuals. From 1979 to 1989, the Soviet 40th Army waged war against the Mujahideen. Part of this fighting was waged in the tunnels of Afghanistan. They defeated the Russian invasion before the American invasion. But it was the labyrinths that was the key weapon in both struggles. The war is unwinnable by Americans, and we should act on that knowledge. Let the American people know that the United States is in a war that has gone on for 13 years now, and it cannot be won because the labyrinth systems are unconquerable. There's just simply no way that enough munitions can be exploded anywhere in the system. The Afghans repair the breaches, and they do it in secret because the tunnels are underground. The United States has been defeated by such underground labyrinths before. In Vietnam, where 250 kilometers of the tunnels of Cu Chi proved invincible. Why does the Pentagon continue with this ghoulish charade? And the answer is money. It's in the interest of the munitions people, McDonnell Douglas, Boeing, and many others, the military-industrial complex, to continue the war because of profit. Everyone is very aware that America's infrastructure is wearing out, and that there are bridges and roads that are unsafe, and the kind of civil engineering needed to repair them involves a great deal of money. The only decent thing to do is to withdraw. Now, it takes a great deal of courage to withdraw. It takes a great deal of courage to admit defeat Please, Mr. President, exercise your boldness, save lives and treasure. Withdraw. Sincerely yours, Jean-Louis Bourgeois.